I just got a delivery of some Impulse 32 upgrades we've been working on. I did have some trim tabs that were larger than stock. These ones here, but they didn't fit on properly. So I used them as used them for my own testing, but I didn't bother trying to sell them. I had to modify this bit here, and these days nobody wants to modify anything, so I didn't go ahead with those. I've got these updated ones here. I decided to go away from these tin ones that just use this as the adjuster, because every time you flip the boat, what happens is that they catch the water and it just bends the tabs down. So you really need some tabs that are joined onto the adjusters. So yeah, they cost more, but at least you're not bending those little bits of tin. So this is the first of the new ones next to the standard ones. So as you can see, they're quite a bit longer. The width is only a couple of mil wider because there's just not much to play with here, the way they do their offset stinger here. Plenty of room on this side, but virtually no room on this side. So I hope they're going to fit. This one will go straight on. I've got no issues there, I think, but this one here, we were having issues with the height on these here because they've drilled the holes quite low in these boats. So just going to see how this first set fits, if it fits. Okay, so I got it's not hitting on the side here, which was the main problem. The other problem, or the other thing I have to check, is the height to make sure they're not going below the hull. So the holes line up, that's another good one. They were 25 mil apart, they're pretty easy to measure. So we got no issues there. Now the height, that's what I needed. See this part here, even though it's not on properly, the base of that can't be lower than the bottom of the hull, and that's what we were having struggling with this design. So that should be good. I mean, it's a pity they made them in blue rather than black, because I've got, you know, a couple of hundred there, but that's okay, we'll get black ones later on. The other thing I did is every time you flip one of these boats, the fins bend, same on the Sonic Wake. So these were our upgrade ones from before, just bigger, basically the same thickness as the stock ones, but I've gone ahead and made some double thickness ones. So rather than being 1 mil thick here, oops, these are like 2 mil, so they're going to be twice as strong. Not saying it could never bend, and you've got a bigger fin like our original one that's going to catch more water, but there's less chance of it bending. I mean, you don't want to make it so thick that it can't give it all, or else the next weak link is going to be the back of your boat. So we've got some bigger tabs there, and bigger fins for the Impulse 32. Okay, so there you have it. That's probably the easiest job I'm ever going to do today. I put the bigger fins on. That's your difference between ours and the standard ones. You can see on this one, I've bent it a few times from flips. Pretty much every time I flipped the boat, it bent, so it was just about to break off. And the trim tabs are adjustable via this single rub screw here. Okay, nice and easy. So we've gone away from that turnbuckle style that we had on the Spartans and stuff like that for years. Just so much simpler. Now with these trim tabs, with any trim tabs we sell, you have to go ahead and tighten well, it's best if you put Loctite, especially in those little grub screws there, and even if you put it in these two ones here, they're just little bolts that just go across here. Put a drop of Loctite on that bolt, and even though that's got a nylock on it, it's not a bad idea. Still take it out, put a drop of Loctite on that, and after you've adjusted them, it's still a little bit loose. Well, this one is, because that's loose. Make sure these ones here are tight, and that's nice and tight. The other thing with the height, it's so close to the bottom of the hull, it's not funny. So I'm going to give it a go exactly like this. But if it is too low, I'll know, because the boat will be slower. It will be just a matter of just drilling the hole in the boat out, just elongating the hole just the tiniest amount, not even run the next size drill up or anything like that. Just elongate the hole, just maybe a quarter of the height of the hole. These tabs are actually elongated, so when you put them on, just make sure you're pulling them up as you're putting the bolts in, or as you're tightening the bolt up, because you may have it on the lowest setting, which is going to make things even worse. So I've got these on as high as possible, and it's real close to being so close to being lower, it's not funny. But she looks all right, but I'd like to have that option just to pull it away a little bit more. But if I want to do that, I mean, it's a real simple job to fix.